Hi, and welcome to It's All About Jesus. Yes, it is all about Jesus. And today I have on a very special guest, and her name is Carol Ann Young. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Sheila.
Oh, I'm so glad that you came on the show today.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
And I'm excited for you to share with me and our viewers about the book that God placed in your heart to write. So could you share with us a little of what God has placed in your heart to write about?
Yes, as Sheila said, it's all about Jesus, and that's what's in this book. Actually, this is my autobiography, and it's called Mother, Please Don't Throw My Life Away. And it has to do with how I came to the Lord, and it was through the guilt of abortion, and that's mainly what it deals with, but it also deals with other issues as well, voices and choices and the heart of God, what I really felt God was saying about different things and how abortion is really strangling America and our spiritual climate here. And it all started back in January when I lost my job as a school bus driver. I had a choice. Either I was going to keep it or give it to someone that kind of needed it more. And I took that choice because I wanted to see what God was going to do. I needed change. I needed to see what God could do in my life. And, you know, many people sometimes would say, oh, Carol, you should write a book. But to take it seriously, I really needed that call from God. And in January, I sat down and I took my pen and I said, okay, God, I don't know where to begin. I don't know how much of my life, because I had a broken life, I had a lot of abuse, misunderstanding, a lot of failure. And the Lord just brought me through a whole process. And He wanted me to deal with, it's a journey of awareness. Some of the things that He had brought me to make me aware of my failures and my mistakes, but also my triumphs and my joys as well that He has brought me through. And I have some topics here that I kind of want to read as to what the gist of the overall book entails. I was humbled through His grace is the first chapter. And I was humbled because He made me aware of some of the mistakes that I had made as a single mom with my boys. And in this book, I have a chapter addressed to each one of my kids. One to Anthony, who is my oldest son, who I don't see. I haven't talked to him in about 5 years. I don't know where he is. I'm trying to locate him. But I've said and done a lot of things, Sheila, that I shouldn't. You know, in the stress of life, because of my own hurt and my own pain that I didn't deal with. And I was out there doing ministry for many years, but I still didn't tend to the needs, the emotional needs of my children, and I kind of lost one of them. And then my Joshua, my youngest one, that I have a whole chapter devoted to him for the love of Joshua. Because I need Joshua to know my heart as a mother, that my intentions were good even though I did the wrong things or failed to do some things. So God sat me down and humbled me that I need to apologize. I need to reach these kids' hearts. And it's also a book about how abortion affects the lives physically, emotionally, and spiritually of each one of us, that it is a life. And God is in the life-saving business, and we need to be too. So it's making people aware, and I came to know Jesus Christ through the guilt and shame of putting that all down. 4 years. And then I finally just came to Christ, and I submitted my whole life to Him with tears. And the Bible says that He puts our tears in a bottle, that He values and treasures and interprets our tears. So that's what I did. So this is like a whole journey. It's a journey of how I was a single mom and how I had made mistakes, but how God is turning things around. And even though I was in ministry and I had a heart for God, because my transformation experience with God was very radical. And He sent me forth to do many things. I started the Bunker Hill Community College Christian Fellowship on campus that was originated by Bill Bright. And, you know, I did so many things. I was prophet to churches, and I did so many things because I made myself available. But yet, my home was still chaotic. And if we do not deal with the hurts and the pains inflicted maybe through your father, your mother, your childhood, your people, your relationships, then it all stays stagnant down there, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out in one way or another. You're either going to be bitter or you're going to be better. And I became bitter. And some of the words that I spoke from my mouth did not edify God. And I had to humble myself, and I had to just come clean with that, because if I really want God to work with me, then I need to be transparent, and I need to know that I need to confess that before God. And that's what I did in this book. I laid bare everything, pretty much, that I did. Freedom through forgiveness is a chapter that says it is the cornerstone. It is the cornerstone. Freedom is the cornerstone to freedom. Forgiveness is the cornerstone to freedom. And it will set us free. Forgiveness with God, knowing that He has forgiven us, thrown our sins as far east as to the west, never to be remembered against us again. But the devil is a liar, and he will continue to bring things up, and sometimes people will too. They won't forget. And we have to learn to get past that. I mean, I had a lot of hurt and pain from my parents. And I have ways that sometimes we can't talk to our parents. Sometimes it's such a sensitive issue. So I expound on what I did in the book. I expounded on how to help make the life choice. If someone is in that position, I wrote a song called Mother Please Don't Throw My Life Away, and that's what the book is. The baby crying out from the womb, oh mother, won't you give me grace? Oh mother, won't you see? Open up your eyes to see what God has ordained for me, that He has given life, and it is a gift, and I am a gift. I didn't realize that when I had an abortion.
Now let me ask you something. Was it that your mother also had intentions of having an abortion? Or is this you yourself? Because I just was trying to understand, because I like the title of the song.
Yes.
And it sounds, as you have said, that it's a baby in the womb crying out.
Yes.
So was it you crying out as you were in your mother's womb? Or is it the other way around?
It's the life inside of me. I chose to abort in 1977. And what the Lord put in my heart is that it is life from conception, and the baby wants to live. And when you have an abortion, that baby knows fear right in the womb and shrieks back because that baby was suctioned out. I gave permission, legal permission, to kill that baby. And that was the guilt that resonated in me. And if I can prevent someone to stand back and listen to the baby in the womb saying, mother, please don't throw my life away. Oh, mother, won't you give me grace? I long to see you smiling down on me. I long to feel your warm embrace. I have another chapter on the love connection, how Jesus is there in the womb with the baby. There's a love, there's a divine connection that does take place between mother and baby and the Lord. And He is just divinely orchestrating that this whole 9 months of a process to birth forth this life. And when we kill that life, if we choose, we'll never get that baby back again. And I have that whole segment in there, that some choices that we make, because we have a free will to make a choice. God didn't make His puppets. That's a gift too. And if we don't make a right choice, then we have to live with it. I can't get that baby back, but I know that baby went back to be with the Lord. That baby is in heaven.